Your cable bill shows up every month. You open it, wince, and pay it. Somewhere between $50 and $80 for internet, you had no real say in choosing. Starlink says you do not have to pay it anymore. A dish on your roof, internet from space, and your cable company out of the picture entirely. That is the promise. Here is what the promise leaves out. For some homes, Starlink genuinely replaces cable and does it well. For others, you would pay more than you pay today for service that is slower at the exact hours you use it most. The difference between those two outcomes is not your taste or your budget. It is your address. We are going to split this by location, honestly. Rural homes and city homes get different answers, and you will know which one is yours. First, what we are actually talking about. If you saw our earlier Starlink Mini video, this is a different product. The Mini is the small portable unit built for travel and off-grid use. What this video is about is the standard home dish, a pizza box-sized antenna that sits on your roof or the side of your house, connects to a router inside, and replaces the cable line running into your wall. One provider, one monthly bill, no cable company. The setup is a self-install job. You buy the hardware, mount the dish somewhere with a clear and unobstructed view of the sky, plug it in, and connect through the Starlink app. Most people are online within a couple of hours. No technician comes to your house, and there is no contract to sign. The service reaches roughly 99% of US addresses. Your cable company reaches about 85%, almost entirely in urban and suburban areas. That coverage gap is the whole story, and we will come back to it. Now, what it costs, and three numbers that are never the same thing. Look at your cable bill. Your internet line probably costs somewhere between $50 and $80 a month for speeds of 100 to 300 megabits. In plain terms, that is enough to stream on a few TVs at once. That number is the only comparison point that matters in this section. Starlink's residential plans as of July 11th, the year 2026, run across a range of monthly tiers. The entry plan sits around $55 a month for speeds up to 100 megabits. The mid-tier plan is around $80 a month for up to 200 megabits and is available across most of the country. The top residential tier runs around $130 a month for speeds up to 300 to 400 megabits with the highest network priority, up from $120 in most regions before the June 2026 increase. Starlink raised prices by $5 to $10 across most plans in May and June 2026, the first increase in several years. Always verify at starlink.com for your address before deciding, because prices vary by region and can change. One important detail on the entry tier: it is deprioritized on the network during peak hours. That means roughly 6 to 11 in the evening. When everyone is home and streaming, your speeds may drop below what the plan advertises. If you are comparing Starlink to cable for evening TV and video calls, the $80 to $85 mid-tier is the honest comparison, not the $55 entry. Now, three costs that are never the same number and should never be added together when comparing monthly bills: the monthly service plan, what you just read above, the one-time hardware cost. The standard Starlink dish kit typically runs around $349 in most areas, though hardware pricing can drop significantly in some low congestion regions, so check the actual figure at checkout alongside the congestion fee. Starlink also offers a $10 a month rental option if you would rather not pay up front, and in some areas, a one-time regional congestion fee. That charge runs anywhere from $100 to $1,000 depending on how busy the network is at your specific address. Not everyone pays it, but if it applies to your location, it appears at checkout when you sign up. Three separate costs. If someone tells you Starlink costs $80 a month, ask them which of those three they counted. Here is where this script splits. The honest answer to whether Starlink replaces your cable is completely different depending on where your house sits. Rural and underserved homes. About 15% of the country sits outside the reach of cable and fiber. If you are in that group, you know it. Your current internet options are slow, unreliable, expensive for what you get, or simply absent. Starlink was built for this situation. The mid-tier, typically around $80 a month, delivers real broadband speeds to addresses that have genuinely never had them. Owners in rural areas consistently report it as the best internet connection they have ever had, often by a margin that is hard to overstate. In that context, Starlink does not just replace cable, it replaces nothing with something. City and suburban homes. If you already have cable or fiber running to your house, the math gets harder fast. Cable at $50 to $70 a month for 200 megabits is cheaper than Starlink's mid-tier before you add hardware. The $349 dish cost alone represents months of cable bills you are paying before you reach break-even. And the lower $55 Starlink tier slows down at the exact time most households actually use their internet, evenings, when the network is at its busiest. The city trade-off is not just price. In dense areas, fixed wireless, fiber, and cable are often not only cheaper, but faster and more consistent. Starlink's speeds in congested urban zones can underperform a standard cable connection during evening hours, particularly on the entry tier. Two practical limits regardless of location. The dish needs a clear and unobstructed view of the sky. A roof facing the wrong direction, a tree line, or a building overhang can reduce signal quality enough to affect daily performance. And if you rent your home and do not want to mount hardware or absorb a cost you cannot take with you, the product is harder to justify regardless of the price. Two groups, honest on both sides. Starlink probably makes sense for you if you live in a rural or underserved area with no good cable or fiber option, and your current internet is genuinely slow or unreliable. You own your home and can mount the dish somewhere with a clear view of the sky. You want a single provider that works almost anywhere in the country. You are comfortable with a one-time hardware cost and a potential congestion fee at sign-up, and you see those as a one-time investment rather than a monthly expense. Starlink probably does not make sense for you if you are in a city or suburb with fast, affordable cable or fiber already running into your house. You are a light user or a budget-focused household where cable is already cheaper on a per-month basis. You rent your home and do not want to buy hardware you cannot easily take with you. You do the bulk of your streaming and video calls in the evening when the entry tier throttles, or the variable pricing structure, the upfront cost, and the potential congestion fee feel like too much complexity compared to a simple monthly cable bill. The honest frame: Starlink is coming for your cable company is true for the 15% of the country cable never reached. In that market, cable is already gone and Starlink is the upgrade. In cities, cable is not losing this fight yet. Starlink's advantage is coverage, not price. If your address is in the 85% cable already reaches, the comparison is tighter than the headline suggests. 3 things to take from this. 1. Starlink genuinely replaces cable for homes outside cable's reach, roughly 15% of the country. For those addresses, it is often the best broadband option available, and it delivers real speeds. The entry-level pricing starts around $55 a month for service. That is real competition in a market that has had none. 2. In cities and suburbs where cable or fiber already exists, the comparison does not favor Starlink on cost. The mid-tier at around $80 a month is competitive, but the one-time hardware cost, the possible congestion fee at sign-up, and the evening throttling on the entry tier all push the real cost above what a straightforward cable bill runs. It is not a universal win. 3. The only number that actually matters is the one at your specific address. Go to starlink.com and enter your exact address. See what plans are available, what price appears for your location, and whether a congestion fee applies. Then open your cable or fiber provider's current pricing. Compare those two numbers for your street. That comparison is the whole decision. The prices in this video are verified as of July 11th, the year 2026. Starlink raised prices in May and June 2026, the first increase in several years. Always confirm current pricing at starlink.com before you decide. If this gave you a straight answer on whether Starlink can actually replace your cable bill, hit like and subscribe. We look at what EV and tech companies charge versus what they actually promise, with real numbers and honest address math. Next up, the cheapest way to get into a Tesla in 2026 is not the $25,000 car you were promised. We ran the actual numbers. That video is next.